Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to be making use of Vertex AI. This is where we'll upload our images. We are going to be labeling the images, which means drawing bounding boxes around our objects, and we are also going to be training the model and evaluating the model. Just a quick recap of what we've done so far. First of all, this is a tutorial on how to build a computer vision application to run on the web, and the app is going to be helping us to count coins in pounds. Now, so far, we've been able to pre-process our data, and what we did in the pre-processing step is to resize and crop the images. It's actually not in every case that you would want to resize or crop your images, but just in case you need to do that, please check the previous video, which I'm going to link up here. Otherwise, let's just get right into uploading our images to Vertex AI. We're going to be running this on Google Cloud platform, and just type that and select this. It says get started for free. Once you create an account here, you'll be given a $300 credit, which is an equivalent of 250 something pounds, for you to be able to run experiments on Google Cloud. So say get started for free. Select individual account, tax information. Just scroll down. You need to enter your address. So I'm going to do this. After entering your card details, you get an email to say that your account has been approved or something, and then you come here back again to Google Cloud platform and log in if you need to, and just come to the console. You can create a project. I'm just going to click on new project. What name do we give it? Money app. Let's see. Organization, just in case you are doing this for an organization. Otherwise, create, click on create, and you will also be notified once this is done. Okay, we have it here, so select the project, and remember, you can always come up here to select any project you want. So this is what your Google Cloud dashboard would normally look like. You have your project info, which actually should be hidden. I'm going to hide this. You can just come up here to search for anything that we need. So we're using Vertex AI. So just type Vertex AI and select Vertex AI. This is the Vertex AI dashboard. I need to pin it on the sidebar. So I'm just going to scroll. There's an AI section. Let me see. Where are you? Yeah, so I'm just going to pin this. So it's very important that you enable all recommended APIs for Vertex AI. Just going to close this. While that is running, we're going to be creating a new data set for our model. So come down here and select data set. Click create data set. Give it a name. Let's say coin data. And we are doing image object detection. So just in case this image is not selected at the tab up here, make sure that you select it. Then image object detection, and your region, you can leave this as default, which I think is always US Central 1. But for me, I want to select Europe West 4. Know that whatever region you select here, just maintain that same energy all through the project. So we'll click on create. Once the data set has been created, you get on this page that says import, browse, or analyze. So we're going to import the data set first. There are actually 3 options for you to import here. You can import from your computer or from cloud storage. So we have this on our computer, so we're going to click on select files. So we're going to just pick all the images, and let's scroll down. Select a cloud storage path. So we are going to specify where we want to store these images. I think this is a default bucket, so we're going to create a new storage bucket. Let's call it, I don't know, cloud storage bucket. Click continue, region Europe, continue. Choose a storage class for your data. Let's take auto class. Object transition to code, line, and archive classes. Let's select this. Choose how to control access to objects. I'm going to leave that as the default. So we just click on create. Yes, we want to enforce public access prevention on these buckets. Click confirm, and the bucket is getting created. Now it's done creating, we'll click on select, close this. What happens next? You'll be emailed after the images are uploaded and your data set is ready. So click on this and we take a break. I think it's time for me to have dinner. Okay, see you later. Bye. Okay, now I'm well fed and the images are well uploaded. So just gonna close this. So we have 179 images in total, and I'm just going to minimize this. Now let's look at these images. We have this, we have this. So the next step will be to label the images, and this is actually a very time-consuming step. Let me minimize this as well. Okay, now remember where we are coming from. We're on the import tab where we uploaded images. Now we're on the browse tab where the images are, where we can view the images and draw bounding boxes around them. So what we'll do is to have our labels and bounding boxes around the images. We can open the image here, select the browse mode, or select the add bounding box mode, and then we can also zoom it. So when we have our labels, they will appear somewhere here. For now, we haven't labeled anything, or we haven't drawn any bounding box on this image. So we are going to start with this one. This is 5 pence. So we'll draw the bounding box around this, starting from the top left. You can actually start from anywhere. So we can give our label names either 5 or 5p, or any way you want to do it. Just ensure that you are consistent with your labeling style. So we'll add this label. Oh, that was to search for label. We didn't have any label, so we're just going to create a new label, 5p. Done. And then this is a £2, which is 200p. I'm just going to maintain with the coin denomination, which is pence, so we don't have confusion, so that we don't just say this is 2 and then we are confused as to is it £2 or 2p. So we are going to say this is 200p, which is equivalent to £2. So we're going to add a new label, 200p. It's also important that your labels have the same unit, so that when you are running mathematical operations, it's very easy to run them without having to format your labels. So we click done. This is also 2p. We already have it here, so we'll just select it. That was 200p, not 2p. Then this is 50p. Select this. We don't have 50, so we're going to add it. You can keep adding your labels this way, or you can actually add them from the browse page. We'll do that soon, just in case we don't have all the labels on this particular image. This is £1, which is 100p. Add it, 100p. Click done. The next is, this is 5p. This is 10p. So we can zoom out to see if we have any other thing to label here. Nothing. So we are done with this. We can click save. can either click save or click next to go to the next image. So let me just click save here and show you how to add labels from this page. So we have the we don't have 1p yet, so I'm just going to add it here. 1p and 2p. We need 20p. All your labels must be unique. If not, you will not be able to add them. So we have 1, 2, 5, 10, 20. Altogether, it's supposed to be 7. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8. It's supposed to be 8 actually, not 7. Yeah, so that's all our labels. We can select the labeled images from here. We can select the unlabeled images as well. Then we can come down here to view 100 images per page rather than just 10 images. Minimize this. Okay, so let's keep up with labeling. This is going to have just one bounding box. And this is the 200p, which is £2, like I already said. Then this is, I think this is 2p. Yeah, that's 2p. Okay, click next. And I'm just gonna zoom this. This is 5p. So the good thing about having the coins, like having multiple coins on one image, is that you also get to let the model know how to compare each coin to others. So for example, in this image now, you can see that the heads of the coins are like very similar. Apart from the year, there's actually no other difference, and you can't tell what a coin is just by looking at the year. So, but by looking at the three of them in one image, we can tell that this is 5p, this is 10p, and this is 5p as well. So that's also very important. I mean, as a human being, this is what your vision would actually do. Compare sizes, compare shapes, compare colors. So the model will also do all those comparison while being trained. So this is 5. This is 10. Just in case you don't get the bounding box correctly, like you have, let's say you have this, excuse me. So first of all, the label is wrong. Then secondly, the bounding box is too large. So what you do is just click on the inside the bounding box, and then you drag any of the corners. Then you click outside it. Then you can also change the label here. That's supposed to be 10p. This is 5p. And then next. So this is actually going to take a lot of time. Let's just see how many images we've labeled so far. Now these numbers on the right, they are not number of images, they are actually number of bounding boxes that we have for each label. While at the top here, we have the number of images. So we have 179 images, we've labeled 5. Then for the bounding boxes, we have one bounding box for 100p. So this is actually what the model we use for training. And if you come to the Analyze tab, you see that it's expected that you have at least 10 images per label before you can train with AutoML, which we'll talk about later what AutoML is. Also, you need to have, it's recommended that you have up to 100 images. So it's somewhere between 10 and 100 is a good start, but more than 100 is better. So let's keep up with our labeling. Once you've gotten up to 10 images per label or 10 bounding boxes per label, this red marks will be off. So let's just go back. I'm going to pause this video and continue when the images are completely labeled. Here we have the previously labeled images I talked about. And if you can see, all the images are labeled. Actually, we are supposed to have 179 images, but I later added more images to this particular data set, and I will explain why in a bit. In the 179 images we had before, we had very few 2p coins and 1p coins, and because of that, the model didn't perform well on those coins, as you can see in this small clip of evaluation, which we'll talk about when we start talking about model evaluation. But from here on the left hand side, you can see that 50p performed really well, 20p as well. But when we get down to the 1p and 2p, the performance is really low, especially for 2p, which is 0.16. That's like 16% precision, which is very, very poor. So what I did was to gather more images, and I had more of the 2Ps and the 1Ps so that I can have them in more quantity. Now, one thing to note about data balance is that if a particular label or a particular class is not as much in quantity as the others, then the label will perform poorly in those classes. So it's important that your data set, the data is large, also the data is balanced across the various labels that you have. And that's how I was able to get from 179 images to 226 images. Yeah, so we'll talk more about that in the evaluation section. For now, let's just continue with reviewing the labels and also model training. So this is what your images would look like once you are done with labeling. Yeah, let's see this for instance. So this has 1p, this has 10p, this has 50, 5, 21, 200, which is £2, and then 5p. So this is what all your images should look like after the labeling. When you go to the Analyze tab, you would see that there's no red warning sign anymore, and all your images are, all your bounding boxes or all your labels have over 10 bounding boxes for them. The next thing to do is to click on Train New Model. So we're going to be training a new model, and with the same data set. The objective is object detection, which we already specified from the beginning. We'll be using AutoML for now. There are two options, either AutoML or custom training. So AutoML is Google Cloud Platform's AI. Google Cloud gives you to use their own automated machine learning to train your model. Yeah. Other than that, you can also do your own custom training, maybe with TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, or any other library that you want to use. So we're going to use AutoML for now. Choose where you want to use the model. Want to deploy it to an endpoint. Remember, the end goal is to build a web application. So the web application needs something like an API. So we are going to be deploying this to an endpoint, and then we'll have an API that will expose to our web application. There are other options based on whatever you want to do with the model after training. So we're just going to leave it at cloud. So we can say coin AI model. Give it a description if you want. YT video first training. Click on advanced option. You can also change the percentage of your data you want to use for training, the percent you want to use for validation, and the percent you want to use for test. By default, you have 80-10-10, which is the most common split. Then encryption, Google Managed Encryption is fine. Model ID, you can add model ID if you want. Then click continue. Leave this as the default. It says for incremental training, so just in case you have a model that you want to improve on, you can actually select incremental training, and it will ask you to select the model you want to improve on. And this is an old model, so I'm just going to unselect this, assuming that we are just training for the first time. So click continue, and they will specify node hours. So node hours is like the number of resources that will be assigned to train this particular model that you're about to train. It's already written up here that you can train for as little as 20 node hours. So anything less than 20 will not be accepted. So let's just leave it as 20. And then I think that's all. Just click on start training. So you're going to see here that your model is getting trained. In the next video, we'll go into details with model evaluation, model deployment, and then we'll go ahead to build our web application. Thanks for staying up to this point. Thanks for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe, like this video. Bye.